Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wingcat Sports. We're going over the Lions cuts today. They are down to their 53-man roster. Some surprises through the cuts, but we'll go through each position as we go down. First one, no surprise, quarterback. You have your two, Jared Goff and Teddy Bridgewater. Uh, Missing the cut was Adrian Martinez. Hendon Hooker put on the non-football injury list. And on the reserve dash injured list is Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah, yeah, and nothing unexpected too much. Um, I think, like I said, that it's a good sign that they can get rid of that you're not seeing any new faces. That's the strength of this team. This is the Lions team we saw last year, um, and outside of a couple additions with the rookies, I don't think it's going to change much. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised about Houston. I was expecting him on the team.
Yes.
But you said he's kind of like on the trade block, or
Yeah, and we'll get into that to the other video.
Oh, okay.
One. But yeah, moving down the list, you're going to go to your first surprise, running backs. So there's technically three on the roster, but really only two. Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery, and then your fullback, Jason Kabinda. Those are your three running backs on the team. They cut Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson. They waived Zigbo and Snell. And then an injury reserve was Ibrahim.
Well, they can't go into the season with just those three. I don't think. They're going to have to find at least one or two more to get to the season.
Well, I think some of them are going to end up on your practice squad. It looks like because technically they didn't release Ibrahim, he's probably going to end up on your practice squad. And then besides the other two, they got cut. So maybe we'll get one more just to be on your practice squad. Going down the line, wide receivers. This is where your first surprise came in. They only have 5 wide receivers on the roster. So you have St. Brown, Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds, Leaf Raymond, and then the one who beat out the others, Antoine Green.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I was surprised by Green and stuff, but he's got the speed. He can stretch the field.
Yes.
And that's his attribute. And he had a couple good games. I mean, he did look good out there. His thing in college was that he would drop balls now and then. So if he can correct that, he could be a real threat. He could be a real find.
Yeah.
For a late round draft pick like that.
So Drummond missed the cut. Coda missed the cut. The two that we thought might have a good chance to make the team. They could end up on your practice squad, though. Reese Alexander missed it, along with Benson, Moore, and Davis. So really, it was that fight between Drummond, Coda, and Green beat them out. So
which surprised me because I thought it would be Coda, but I guess Green's speed kind of separated him from the other two.
Yeah. Moving on to your tight ends, you have 3 on the roster, as we expected the 3 to be: Laporta, Wright, and Mitchell. Right, that is what we expected going into the season. No surprises there. They cut Daniel Helm and Darrell Daniels. And then St. Iltra, of course, got hurt. He's on your reserved injured list. So
makes sense. I'm excited, but there was nothing earth-shattering other than probably the Green selection. That was kind of a surprise.
No,
and but it makes a lot of sense. And like Dan Campbell was saying, he says, they're going to get rid of some good players. And we're going to be picking up some good players from teams that are cutting.
Yeah.
To fit our roster. I'm sure, like I said, in the next week leading up to the game, there's going to be even more subtractions and additions.
Your next surprise spot that surprised a lot of people is the amount of offensive linemen you've kept going into the season. You've only kept 8 offensive linemen. So your usuals: Decker, Jackson, Ragnow, Vaitai, Sewell, Glasgow, Matt Nielsen, and Kobe Sorsdal have made the team. I think those are all people we expected to be on the team going into the year. Of course, missing the cut, Osikwa, Adefi, Hart, Multi, Subuda, Kircher, Cecil, Easy, Paulo, and Connor Galvin. They all missed the team. I mean, obvious in preseason that a lot of them probably shouldn't have been on the team with how the offensive line looked in the preseason.
Right. It's just like I said, I hope injuries do not happen and stuff because so where are they keeping most of the players
It
at?
looks like defensive line is where they have the
Yeah,
most.
that's
So
kind of where I thought
the
they might.
defensive line has 12 players. Of course, Hutchinson, Charles Harris, Lee McNeil, Isaiah Buggs, John Comiskey, Pascal, Houston, Martin, Aquara, Anzuruke, Jones, and the other Aquara brother. All on your line. Missing the cut was Chris Covington, Corey Durden, and Chris Smith. So
Obviously, if that's it looks like they're looking at rotating a lot.
yes, I think there's going to be, because usually you saw both Aquara brothers, right? You know, James Houston's going to get rotated in every now and then. Pascal will be there. Bugs will be there. Kaminsky, who was doing well at the end of last year, will be there. So, and Broderick Martin, you're going to be. None of those guys really are going to have an excuse that they retired because they are going to just rotate a lot, most likely.
Yep, I think you're right. And that I guess I can see the reason for that stuff is like I said, they really don't have a standout lineman other than maybe Hutchinson. So they're just going to rotate these guys, and everybody chips in a little bit, and just comes 100% every time that ball's liked.
Yep. And then your next spot where you have a decent amount extra that I thought maybe they go into the year with one less is linebackers. You have kept 6 linebackers on your roster. That's Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and Anthony Pittman.
Right.
So
some of those for special teams reasons, because Maybin's a very good special teams guy.
Yeah. Only one guy got cut, and that was Trevor Nowinski. So that's the only guy who got cut off your linebackers. Your secondary, that is your next second highest position with 11.
Wow.
So you're
like I said, those are where the injuries are.
So you're keeping Cam Sutton, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Kirby Joseph, Emmanuel Mosley, Jerry Jacobs, Brian Branch, Will Harris, Tracy Walker, Malfuanu, Stephen Gilmore made the team, and Khalil Dorsey made the team.
That's surprising. That is surprising. I like it. I mean, it's going to be interesting because those are the guys that are where that's where the injuries are going to be. Mosley's not going to be starting, I don't believe.
No, he's probably going to be slowly graduated into the getting his snaps. You surprising at who they picked over, probably Dorsey or Gilmore, depending on your opinion. They picked Sterling Thomas to get cut over those two. Chase Lucas, who you drafted last year, got cut.
Yes.
Right. The others.
And he had a good camp.
He had Colby Richardson, Brady Breeze, Brandon Joseph, and Scott Nielsen. Right. They weren't as prevalent in the preseason games, but Chase Lucas, Sterling Thomas were the ones or Starling Thomas were the two who stood out a little bit more, that are the cuts of the team.
Certainly in Dan Campbell's eyes, they stood out more. We all, like I said, we knew it was going to be kind of a tight competition for these guys. And obviously, like I said, it's more about who fits in Dan's eyes, who fits in better. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited by what we're going to be seeing. I think the defense is a lot deeper. We're going to be able to handle injuries a lot better.
Yeah. And then the last thing to end this video on is your special teams, right? Your specialist, your kicking area. The one who won the kicking battle, as of right now, Riley Patterson.
Good, because I drafted him in my fantasy league and stuff. I was kind of worried there for a
second. He beat out Parker Romo. However, there's other rumors going around, and we'll get into that in another video too. But Riley Patterson is your kicker this year. Accuracy-wise, good.
Yeah.
Power-wise,
yeah. I guess that was the choice. You're choosing between the guy who's more accurate over the guy that can kick.
He just had one bad game, right, in the preseason, and that happens.
Yeah, Riley Patterson can kick the 50-yarders.
He missed an extra point in the field goal in that last game, but obviously that did not affect what was going into the year, right? Campbell picked Riley Patterson, so we will see what happens with that. Any final thoughts on the roster?
Can't wait for the games to start. We're looking forward to. We're about 9 days away. And we'll
Yes.
be heading out in just a little over a week. We'll be driving into Kansas City to see the game. Should be fun.
It's going to be entertaining. But with that being said, right, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. You'll have fun stuff. Share the video. And until next time, I hope to see everybody soon.